Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with a daily energy check. Welcome to the weekend time. I hope you guys managed to utilize the energy of the full moon. It's still in play for at least the next couple of days. Full moon in Cancer, it's a very powerful moon. It's also called the wolf moon. But yeah, basically, especially for light workers and for twin flames, using the energy of the moon is pretty powerful. Can help heal things, can help bring up to the surface stuff that's been suppressed, and release any kind of burdens that may be holding you back from reaching your biggest potential. Today we're gonna do the classic read, so I'll start with the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminines first of all. I have finished publishing all of the zodiac sign readings for January, so feel free to check those out on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. Okay, for the feminines we have card number 34. You're perfectly imperfect. Yes, so it's for those who are being over critical, over judging for yourself and your skills. If you're comparing yourself to other people, please don't do that. This is a reminder that we are all unique and perfect and precious in our own way. What do we have for masculines? Ooh, that's too many, but I'll take the bottom card. Memento Mori, number 19. There might not be a someday, so divine masculines are asked to take an action, to use the opportunity at hand, because there may not be such an opportunity tomorrow. Let me move this a little bit more so you can see more of the table. I have just a few days left before my move to Hawaii, so that will definitely be a different setup. At this time I'm bringing my lights, so no matter what it might take me a little bit of time to figure out what my usual spot will be. I have a few ideas, but I don't know as of now what's gonna happen, how's it gonna play out. But at the very least, even if the lighting in the room is not very good, I'll be able to use the lights that I'm bringing with me. So that should work. Okay, we have the Emperor. Please clarify. Sun in reverse, okay. For masculines, sorry guys, I have to pick it up. For the masculines, we have the Magician. Nice. Just clarify. The Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles. So many major arcanas, it's amazing. And I feel like it has to do a lot with that full moon that I was just talking about. Okay, so that's, and I have 10 of Swords here. So that's that end of the painful cycle and being able to release certain heartache, certain pain. And I'm also getting the feeling of guilt. I don't know why, but take it how it resonates for you. Like certain guilt for how things turned out in the past that you were carrying with you, but finally able to release during this time. What about the connection space? What's happening at the connection level? And I do have my Hermit Tarot cards, if you can see them here. So I'll pull some cards for with the messages between the twins. Another Magician and Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so for the feminines, it's the Emperor clarified by the Sun in reverse. In this case, I feel like the Sun card is signifying innocence and childlike fun. The joy that we experience as children without worrying, without having the worries of the world on our shoulders. And right now, divine feminines do have worries of the world on their shoulders. At least that's what they're feeling like. May not necessarily be in the physical space. It could be, for some, it could be just trying to plan out some sort of strategy for yourself, for your life. For others, it's like actual stuff like errands and all kinds of responsibilities and trying to stay on top of everything. So yeah, make sure that you do leave time for that silliness and fun no matter what. Sometimes we need to plan for it, but it's important. Oftentimes as adults, we don't really think about it. Usually people don't talk about it as much, right? Imagine you're talking to your friend and they're like, yeah, and then I just had a couple of hours to goof off, maybe dance around or whatever, take a long walk. You know, unless something is wrong and it's like an SOS kind of signal that is like, okay, I need to stop doing what I'm doing and just relax and do something for myself. Yeah, that might actually be the case. But generally speaking, we don't normally have that kind of habit. So this is your time to change that. Take charge of the situation, and remember that taking charge means not just having lots of responsibilities, like the emperor would have responsibilities before their country, their people, the empire. But you also have a lot of power to do what is it you're inspired to do, what makes you happy, right? And there is nothing wrong with that, even on the contrary. The more energized you feel and the more balanced you feel, the more harmonious your energy field is, the more you're going to be contributing as a responsible, authority figure for whatever it is you feel like your area of responsibility is. For the masculines, we have the Magician, clarified by 9 of Pentacles, in the Chariot. So Divine Masculine is actually embracing the role of, being in charge. Like if we had another card where it says that yes, the impossible is possible and I have lots of power, is the Magician card. And look at that, it's clarified. Like 9 of Pentacles is almost like that parallel energy in minor arcanas. The Chariot is the strong will, the stamina that's helping you move forward with specific actions, with a specific recognition of this power in the physical, right? So I'm gonna, get myself into the clothing I like. I'm gonna surround myself with, maybe plants and animals that I enjoy. I'm gonna build a home that will give me joy, and I'll take up hobbies that, will help me be creative and be authentic, right? It's kind of like creating that space for yourself. And that's what they're manifesting, right? Intuitively, if not consciously. It's very interesting because what I'm getting here is this is like an energetic setup for almost like for this year, not just for this moment in time. And Divine Masculines are considering their priorities and how they're building their life based on what kind of criteria, what kind of KPIs, if you will, right? What are they considering a success, right? They're rethinking that, refeeling that, if you wish, right? So that's like a Magician is using different elements. This is using different elements, different layers, different realms of reality, right? The full moon in Cancer helps bringing intuition and connection to source into the picture. Maybe Divine Masculines getting some dreams that show them what the happy version of their life would be, truly happy. And then they wake up and they're like, wow, I never really thought about that, but that's something I can actually do in my life. It's not impossible, it's not crazy. I can actually get that for myself. I just never really put any energy towards it. It's that energy. In the connection space, we have the Magician and 7 of Swords. So when it comes to the connection, the twins are taking the masks off, I'm hearing. And they're like, they don't want to have any pressure towards each other. Like it's not necessarily, okay, I'm gonna reveal some truth, or maybe I'm gonna show more affection towards you and then I'll have some expectations for you to do the same. No, this is like, I wanna be real me with you. I don't wanna pretend to be better or worse. I don't want to manufacture this relationship, right? I'm manifesting us being ourselves, because that will be the best version of this connection. When we are, truly are, without manipulation, without toxic patterns that we may still have because we have ego. So to some extent we have them regardless of where we are in the journey, right? But it's so cool to maybe even you have techniques that allow you to step more into that authentic, grounded self, where you can open up your heart and be yourself, right? That's the tricky part oftentimes. And it's not, I'm not saying it to call somebody out. I feel like even in my own story that sometimes I'm catching myself that my heart is not open when I'm with my DM. But it's not because I don't want to, or I'm angry, or something is wrong between the two of us. It's just the default state because being an empath and a light worker and a twin flame, which oftentimes means that we got a lot of trauma in our physical space, and I did for sure had a lot of trauma in my life, especially in my childhood. That's like a default state that I'm protecting my heart, I'm closing it, I'm keeping my distance. That's my default state and it's not a bad idea to protect it because there are all kinds of people around, and oftentimes our powerful energetic field attracts people who want to feed off it without having any pure intentions, maybe the opposite. Right? But it's also important to have that habit, to build that habit, to be able to kind of relax and open up, because there will be relationships in your life, or there are those, hopefully there are those, where you want to be open, you want to be vulnerable, you want to kind of show your true self, and for people to really feel it and connect with you intimately, right? So it's important to recognize when you are or you aren't in that space, and be able to be that magician so you can turn things around and not just be the victim of the circumstances or the past trauma that you've experienced. Okay, let me get some messages between the twins. Messages from divine masculines to feminines, first of all. I'm terrified. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? Yeah, there's a fear there. That's that Seven of Swords energy that the twins are working on. I lie awake thinking about our future. Yeah, so, you know, there is fear, but divine masculines are starting to understand. And whatever you're just talking about was the heart space, and that was actually, I channeled that when I was looking at the connection space, which means it's relevant for both twins, whether you are aware of it or not. And divine masculines are starting to understand that they are afraid. They're starting to acknowledge that. But they also understand that they are afraid because it's so different and so powerful and so important in their life. It's like they don't want to mess it up. They don't want to push you away with things that they may do or say, because they've done it before. It happened. People left them. And they didn't always understand why. Maybe even you left them before and they didn't really understand why, right? So now there is this worry. Maybe there is an actual threat of you getting into separation or, you know, stopping the communication. But for others, it's like this anxiety more than anything. They don't want to mess it up. That's the general gist of it. Okay, what do we have from feminines to masculines? By the way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, like and share the video, leave a comment. And if you're interested in a personal reading, let me know. For another few days, I'm still gonna be more available because, well, a little more available because I'm here. And then there will be a few days when I'm traveling and a couple of days when I'm over in Hawaii that I won't be doing any personal readings, either because I don't have time or because I will be kind of recovering after all the events of preparation to live here and my travel, which is like my big flight between New York and Honolulu is going to take more than 11 hours. And then there will be another small flight between the islands. So it's going to be pretty exhausting. So I'll need some time to take for myself. And of course to catch up with my friends I'm going to be staying with. So Divine Feminines is saying I need more balance. I worry about us a lot, and I'm a very jealous person. Yes, so Divine Feminine again is also has anxiety, also has some fears, and that's also a continuation of the Seven of Swords story. But they understand that it has to do with them. So that's also a powerful acknowledgement that it's not really that there is something wrong with the connection with the DM, but DS is still working on healing certain patterns that they have. And that also is connected with previous trauma, and when they were abandoned, neglected, when people let them down, broke their heart, right? And because this is so intimate and so powerful, of course it almost automatically creates more fear for how's this gonna turn out. Are you gonna get your heart broken again? Your feelings hurt, right? So yeah, that's just kind of work in progress to remove the worry. And look at that, this is 7. So to me, this is 7 of Swords, that energy that we just saw. Being jealous, the same thing, it's fear. Fear of being rejected, or that another person will be chosen over you. Maybe that already happened if your DM has a karmic partner. But that's not stopping you, right? You work through that. So you can work through whatever else is there. Maybe the new situation where you're jealous would be them reaching success somewhere without you. Or, I don't know, being happy with their friends and they're not without you, but you feel like they're having a lot of fun there. You know, a lot of it is an illusion anyway. But think about maybe the life is showing you that so that you can work through those patterns. If it's triggering you, it's a mirror so that you know what to work on. It's like a map for yourself, so you know where to move to next, what to do next on your inner work journey. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.